Good morning, my dear students.
Good morning,
Good morning,
sir.
sir.
How are you?
Fine, sir.
Okay. Today we shall talk about active and passive voice. We usually make use of active voice sentences, but sometimes it is better to use passive voice sentences in situations like, for example, when we want to tell about an action but do not want to express who performed the action. And sometimes we actually don't know who is responsible for the action. In short, we use passive voice when we want to focus on the subject, when we want to focus on the object rather, okay, on the object instead of the subject. In active voice sentences you focus on subject, but in passive voice sentences you focus on the object. So whenever you wish to focus on the object, you use passive voice. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'll make it clear to you by giving you one or two examples. Like for example, yes, Sheila, I think this is not working well. So, Sheila broke the lamp. Sheila broke the lamp. Is it visible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Sheila broke the lamp. Now this is active voice sentence. Because here you are giving emphasis on the subject. Who broke the lamp?
Sheila.
Sheila broke the lamp. Who is responsible for breaking the lamp? Sheila is responsible for breaking the lamp. That is why you are making the sentence in an active voice. But you don't want to say who broke the lamp. So what will you do? You will use passive voice. The lamp was broken. The lamp was broken. The lamp was broken. Means you can even avoid the name of the subject. This is okay. The lamp was broken. Now who broke the lamp? We don't know. Is it fine?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Shall we take one more example? Okay. This is something very easy, just pay a little attention and you will understand. For example, you may say, first we write active voice sentence, Seema lost her mobile. Who lost the mobile?
Seema.
Seema lost the mobile. Okay, again you are giving emphasis on the subject. This is subject, okay, this is verb and this is object. In active voice, you give emphasis on the subject. Seema lost her mobile. But we don't want to express that Seema lost it. Okay? Because this is not important. In fact, what is important? Losing of mobile is important. So when losing of mobile is important, we will say the mobile is lost. The mobile is lost. This is passive voice. The mobile is lost. Is this clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So you must have understood by now that we use active voice sentences when we wish to give focus on the subject, and we use passive voice sentences when we want to focus on the object. Very simple. Okay. To begin with, it should be made clear to you all that passive voices or passive voice sentences, I must say, can be formed only of the transitive sentences. Only of the transitive sentences. Now, do you know, although we have already discussed transitive sentences, what are transitive sentences?
Which are having object in the sentences.
Very nice, very good, you remember. Okay, sentences which have object are called as transitive sentence. So you can make a passive voice only when it is a transitive sentence. If it is not a transitive sentence, you cannot make a passive voice. Now I would like to write one or two sentences, give you some examples of the sentences of which you cannot make a passive voice. For example, birds fly. Can you make a passive voice?
No.
No, you cannot make a passive voice because there is no object. This is subject and this is verb. Okay, so even if you just prolong the sentence, you say birds fly in the sky. In the sky. Can you make a passive voice sentence? You still cannot make a passive voice sentence. Yeah. Why? Because this is not an object. This is adverb. In the sky. This is adverb of place. So you do not have an object here. So you cannot make a passive voice. For example, another sentence. Dogs bark. Or dogs are barking. Dogs bark. Dogs bark at night. Now this is time. When do they bark? They bark at night. So here you do not have object. So what is necessary? It is necessary that there has to be an object in a sentence. Unless there is an object, you cannot make a passive voice. Is this fine with everybody?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay. Now, how many tenses do we have? We have three types of tenses: present, past and future. Present, past and future. And each tense has 4 subforms. Is it not?
Yes, sir.
Present indefinite, present perfect, present continuous and present perfect continuous. This is how you have. So, how many do you have in all? 12. 12 tenses you have. But out of 12 tenses, passive voice can be made only of the 8 tenses. 8 tenses. We cannot make passive voice of present perfect continuous, past perfect continuous and future perfect continuous. And not only these, even future continuous. So I repeat, we can make passive voice only of the 8 tenses. We cannot make passive voice of 4 tenses, which are present perfect continuous, past perfect continuous, future perfect continuous and future continuous. Okay? Is this okay with everyone?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes. So do you need any example? Like, do you remember these tenses? Although we are not talking about tenses, still when we will be making passive voice, then we can talk about the tenses as well. These tenses of which the passive voice can be made. Yes. Now we move on to the next thing. Yes. Now this is clear to you that there are 2 types of voice, active and passive voice. So when we talk about, I'm just repeating it, so that you remember, you don't forget. When the focus is on the doer and not on the action, or say when the subject is primary and the object is secondary, we use active voice. I repeat, this is something very important, keep it in your mind. When the focus is on the doer, what does doer mean?
Subject.
Subject, one who performs the action, one who does. Okay, when the focus is on the doer and not on the action, or say when the subject is primary and object is secondary, we use active voice. And passive voice we use when the focus is on the
object.
action, on the subject and not
On the object.
on the object and not on the subject. Yes, we use passive voice when the focus is on the action, when the doer is secondary. Okay, when the doer is secondary, when the subject is secondary, or when the subject is not known to you, when the subject is unknown. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay. Yes. Now there are certain rules for say converting active voice sentences into passive voice sentences, and let us know these rules. First of all, what is necessary for you when you are asked to transform the sentence from active into passive. then you first try to analyze which one is subject, which one is verb, and which one is object. So identify the subject, the verb, and the object. This usually, you know, this is the pattern, and this is the pattern of the active voice sentences. This is the pattern of active voice sentences. So first identify which is subject, which is verb, and which is object. Because when you make passive voice, places are changed. Object comes in the beginning and subjects goes at the end. And change the object into subject when you are making passive, and the subject into object. This is very simple. Try to understand. You know, when you are making a passive voice, object would come here and subject would go there. This is what we do. Now I'm sure that you may be able to recall what you have studied in your school days. Okay, whatever you have studied in your 10th and 12th standard. So this is a kind of revision for you, and you are able to recall now. This is what you had learned at the school level. So this is a kind of revision. This is something very simple. Now, again, the next thing that we notice here, you have only subject plus verb. But in some sentences, you have helping verbs also. You have auxiliary verb also. So put the suitable helping verb or the auxiliary verb. Because you know, helping verbs also change in the passive voice. Helping verbs change in the passive. Like, I'll be giving you an example. Like, say you write a sentence like this. You eat a mango. So you will convert it into passive. What will you say? A mango is eaten by you. Although here you do not have any helping verb or any auxiliary verb. Here you have just the main verb. But when this object comes in the beginning, then a mango is you will use this auxiliary. Okay, this helping verb is eaten by you.
Yes, sir.
Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay, this thing you will have to notice. You will take care of changing the place of subject to the object's place, and that object would come in the beginning. Subject would go at the end, and object would come in the beginning, the passive voice sentence. Okay, I think it is better if I make a chart kind of thing, a diagram, so that you can understand, and you can even copy it down. You can even copy it down. This way you will not forget. This is active voice, okay, active, and this is passive. First you have subject, then you have helping verb, then you have helping verb, then you have main verb, or you can call it verb only. MV is main verb, and then you have object. Whereas in passive voice you have object, and these two, you know, they remain at the same place. Helping verb plus main verb. They will not change. They will remain at the same place. But subject would go at the end. So in a way, subject goes at the end in the passive voice sentence. Object comes in the beginning in a passive voice sentence, and helping verb remains at its place. It doesn't change. Main verb also remains at its place. It does not change. Is this okay?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
This is a simple rule, very simple rule. Keep this thing in mind while making passive voice sentences. And another thing I would like to tell you, and let us learn that thing also through a chart or through a table, you may say. Keep writing them in your notebook, please, or else you would forget. Keep writing. And if you have any problem anywhere, you may ask me. Okay? Now, you know, when you change the subject into object, then it doesn't remain the same also. Like, you know, he becomes by him. Is it not? And she becomes by her. So this is also important that you learn it. Let us make a table like this. Here you write subject, and here you write object. He. In passive voice sentences, you use by before the doer.
Yes, sir.
Do we or do we not?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, we do. He, so changes into him, and you use by because he is a doer, so we use by. Like he killed a snake, the snake was killed by him. She, by her. And suppose if there is a name, like say Ram, John, or say Salim, if you have these names, then again the name, you cannot change the name. Like if Ram has performed the action, then in passive voice also Ram would perform the action, obviously. You cannot say that Ram killed a snake was killed by John. The name wouldn't change. You will have a name here, the same name, okay, and by, because he is the doer. Is this fine?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
And suppose you have it, which you use with inanimate or say animals and all, then you can say by it. And if you have you, the second person pronoun, then you can say by you. Okay, have you written all these?
Yes, sir.
Shall I rub it off?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay. Yes. Yeah. And yes, you may have we also in active voice sentences. We, for example, we. So we becomes
By us.
By us.
by us. Very nice. We becomes by us. We is changed into us in passive voice sentences. And they
By
Yes.
them.
By them.
they is changed into
By
by them. Very good. So now I think you are able to recall everything what have you studied. Now this is earlier it was in subconscious mind, now it has come to the conscious level, conscious mind. That's nice. Now it will be easier for us to pick up things. So how about I? If you have I,
By me.
by me, very good. By me. Nice. So remember, these two charts also that we made, and you have taken them down. Although you remember, you have done a nice thing by taking them down.